So you're getting ready to become a teacher. That's huge. You're basically preparing to shape the future. But to do that well, you've got to understand the super complex emotional worlds of your students. Today, we're going to dive into what that's all about, how kids learn to handle their feelings, make friends, and set goals. We'll explore how you, as their future educator, can make a difference that lasts a lifetime. All right, I want you to meet Alex. His story here describes him as out of control. And believe me, you will encounter kids just like Alex. On the surface, you just see the behavior, right? The screaming, the destruction. It's so easy to feel totally overwhelmed, maybe even a little frustrated, and just not know what to do. This is the real deal reality of the classroom. And that brings us to the single most important question you can ever ask as a teacher. It's not, how do I make this stop? The real question is, what is really going on here? Shifting your thinking in this way, well, that's the key. It changes everything. That's because what we often just label as misbehavior it's usually something much, much deeper. It's not about a child just deciding to be bad or give you a hard time. Think of it this way. It's a form of communication, and our job is to become expert code breakers. This right here, this is the heart of it all. Every single action, especially the ones that really push our buttons, is a kid trying to tell us something. They might be saying, I'm scared, or I'm overwhelmed, or I don't feel safe. Our job is to learn how to listen to what they're saying with their actions. So, to get fluent in that language, we have to look past what's happening on the outside and really try to understand the child's inner world. Let's take a peek at what that might look like. For so many kids, the real root of their struggles is trauma. It turns out his teachers didn't know this, but Alex was seeing violence at home and was often left all by himself. I mean, those experiences would overwhelm any of us, let alone a small child. And all that stress, it comes pouring out in the classroom as screaming and lashing out. It's not random at all. It's a symptom of his deep-seated fear. It's really a cry for help. And this connects perfectly to something you've probably heard of, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Think of it like building a house. The foundation is made of all the basic stuff, right? Food, water, and feeling safe. If those needs aren't met, if that foundation is cracked, you can't possibly build the rest of the house. Things like learning or feeling good about yourself just won't happen. For a kid like Alex, his foundation is crumbling. His brain is just stuck in survival mode, which makes it impossible to focus on things like learning letters and numbers. Now, not all challenging behavior is as explosive as Alex's. Sometimes it's a lot quieter, but it's just as hurtful. You'll see this all the time. Relational aggression. This is when kids use friendship like a weapon. I won't be your friend anymore, or you can't come to my birthday party. This isn't just kids being kids, no way. It's a form of bullying that can do real damage to a child's feeling of belonging. Okay, so we've looked at the problem, but now let's talk about the solution. And here's the best part. The solution is you. For a child whose world is chaotic and scary, your classroom can be a haven. It can be the one place where they finally feel safe, seen, and supported. This is so incredibly important. It's not about sticker charts or complicated behavior systems. The single most powerful, most effective tool you will ever have is your relationship with each and every child. That connection, that trust, that's the real foundation for everything else. And this pyramid illustrates that idea perfectly. Look at the bottom, the base of the whole thing. Positive relationships. Everything else is built on top of that. Sure, you have teaching strategies in the middle and intensive interventions at the very top for kids who really need it, but without that strong, wide base of relationships, the whole thing just falls apart. Okay, so you've focused on building those strong relationships. Awesome. What's next? Well, now you need some practical tools to actively teach these social and emotional skills, to literally teach kids how to find peace. So let's look at a few simple but really powerful strategies you can use. First up, one of my favorites, puppets. Seriously, imagine two kids are fighting over a truck. Instead of just lecturing them, you could bring out two puppets and have them act out the fight. Then the kids can help the puppets figure out a solution. It's amazing. They learn how to solve problems in this really fun, non-threatening way. And you can give them a concrete script to follow. This 4-step process is so simple and easy to remember. It empowers kids to start solving their own problems. Instead of just reacting emotionally, they learn to pause, think, and then act. You're not just managing their behavior in the moment, you're teaching them a skill they'll use for the rest of their lives. And where can they practice this? In a peace corner. This is not a timeout spot. It's a safe, designated space for working things out. It could just be a small table with a couple chairs, maybe some calming tools like a stress ball, and a poster with those problem-solving steps. I mean, just listen to what this kindergartner, Darian, says. We can come and talk about our feelings so we won't be sad. That says it all, doesn't it? Let's pull all of this together and talk about the incredible power you have. By understanding what's really behind the behavior, by building strong relationships, and by teaching these skills, you can create a classroom where every single child feels like they belong. And this work, it's not just about having a calmer classroom. It's about changing lives. And why is this so critical? Because the research tells us that in any given classroom of, say, 20 young kids, at least 2 or 3 of them are probably struggling with a real mental health disorder. Your classroom might be the very first and maybe the only place where they get consistent, reliable emotional support. I really want you to let this quote sink in. Your benevolent presence, that's just a fancy way of saying your warmth, your understanding, your support. It doesn't just help one kid for 1 year. It can literally break cycles of trauma. The safe, respectful way you treat them can influence how they build relationships for their entire life, and even how they parent their own kids someday. Your positive influence can actually impact generations. So, as you start your incredible journey as an educator, just remember this. All behavior is communication, and your relationship with a child is the foundation for absolutely everything. So, when you see a child like Alex, a child who's screaming or hitting or maybe just withdrawing into themselves, what's going to be the first question that pops into your head? If it's, what is this child trying to tell me, then you are already on your way to becoming the kind of teacher they will remember for the rest of their life.